this either.
Not Link.
Play as yourself.
Hey, Kirby, you look like a piece of bubblegum, you stupid piece of crap. Oh, what?
There you go.
Is that me?
Play as yourself.
In a video game? Oh my god, that's awesome! Oh my god, I need to call one of my friends. I'm gonna call Joseph, he's not gonna believe
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool to be in a video game.
Come on. Oh, no, I just got it.
How can you even afford an Xbox, dude? Aren't you poor?
Why are you calling me? Hello? Joseph! Okay, look, you're not gonna believe this. I was playing my Wii U, and guess what? I'm in a video game! Ew, a Wii U? That's horrible!
Ooh, roasted.
The worst game ever. Anybody can have a Wii U game. Look at Toad, he has his.
Shots fired.
Well, his game must be stupid, because
Team
I
PlayStation.
have my own video game, and I get to beat people up. So I'm cool, right? Well, the Wii U is lame, and it sucks, so you need to call me when you get an Xbox One. Something that's not
PS4.
and lame.
Not an Xbox.
So, bye, Junior. I'm not lame! I'm not lame! Stupid Wii U, you're for stupid babies! I want an Xbox One!
Oh no. Is he gonna cry for it?
Oh, I'm just so incredibly epic. No one can compare. Oh, really? Or are you just playing baby games?
Now, the cockroaches in this movie are mutant in flesh.
Nope.
What's up, guys? It's Prince Charming. Today we're doing another do not make a sound, do not move, stay quiet challenge, because it's a creepy video and you do not want to get scared. We're doing a try not to get scared challenge. We're going to be watching some more animated horror stories. I very much enjoy these videos, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. Don't forget to hit me with a like on this video, subscribe and turn your notifications on so you never miss a post. Go ahead and comment a scary dream you had recently. I had a dream where I was free falling and I didn't have a parachute. That's pretty scary. Falling from a building with no parachute and you just hit the bottom. When you hit the bottom, you wake up, and it's like the worst, like, rush of adrenaline ever. Enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and check out these horror stories. Try not to get scared challenge. Stay quiet. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
It was 2 years ago. I was called in to do the night shift from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. at 7-Eleven since somebody called out. The store was located on a busy road in a rather quiet and rural area. During the night shift, you could expect anywhere from 10 to 20 people come in to buy a beer or something else. This one particular night, there was this one guy, mid-20s, that came in. He started making weird noises, like loud yelling noises. I assumed he had some kind of mental disability. In fact, my brother has a mental disability, so I immediately felt sympathy for the guy.
Aww.
He walked up to the counter without any items, with his head facing me, but his eyes were looking up at the ceiling.
Is that a zombie? Ugh!
Uncomfortable. I honestly didn't know how to deal with it. I tried speaking with him, but he only responded in loud noises. I kept
That's a
trying
walker.
to get someone outside, but he was alone. There weren't any cars in the parking lot, so I assumed he walked. He stood there for so long, looking up at the ceiling and making noises, that I tried to get him out by handing him a bag of chips and telling him he could go. I tried finding some kind of number to call for someone to help him.
And he's just there?
Nowhere. He finally turned around and walked out of the store. I felt so horrible for the man.
That's so weird.
At the same time, I felt a bit creeped out. About an hour later, the
boy
phone
trying to
on the
offer him
counter
chips. Whoa!
I picked up to hear the familiar yelling sounds of the man from earlier. It caught me off guard, and didn't know what to think.
Oh my gosh, I would hang up that phone this second. This man is over here just yelling over the phone, like, why are you calling me? Call somebody else, like, leave me alone.
Other than this has to be some kind of prank. I hung up on them and was now becoming paranoid of my surroundings.
Yeah, I would be too.
Checking outside through the windows. Come 4 o'clock, the person working after me came in, finally allowed
Oh
me
yes,
to go
get
home.
out of there.
It wasn't my problem anymore. I got home and threw all my stuff on the table, ready to get to sleep. But my phone rang within a minute after entering the door. I felt a chill run down my spine. Why would someone be calling at 4 a.m.?
Why would someone be
I could only
calling?
imagine it was bad news.
Oh, there it
I
is.
braced myself and picked up the phone to hear the man again. I felt
That's
sick in my
scary.
stomach as I listened to the loud noises he made. I struggled to slam the phone to the receiver. All night, I felt like I was being watched. I saw the blinds.
Oh my gosh.
And I could swear I heard strange noises from all over my house. I refused to get any sleep until the sun came up.
Smart.
And I had forgotten about the incident until one day, when going into the basement
There's no fucking way.
while,
No.
I found that papers had been scattered all over the floor. And when I went into the basement closet, I found writing on the walls. 7-Eleven.
Oh my gosh.
On the wall, along with the address to the 7-Eleven I worked at and my house address. The most disturbing part, I also found various kitchen knives, along with a large pocket knife sitting in the closet, which started out as seemingly just an innocent person.
No.
Frank ultimately turned into something much more horrifying.
How do I save it?
He had been living down there for God knows how long, and I'm just grateful that for whatever
This is
reason, he
just
changed his
chilling.
mind and left, because I haven't seen or heard from him since. All I could say is that man is dangerously ill.
Oh my gosh, why did that just send the biggest chills down my spine? That guy was living there for God knows how long, just ready to just slash his throat. That's why you need to inspect your house every single day. Make sure there's no homeless hobos trying to stow away.
It was Halloween night of 2007, freshman year in high school, and I was with my friends, Ivan, Ryan, and Jesse.
Get your Mario
All
game.
dressed as the Super Mario characters. I was Luigi.
Guys, my sister works at a dog grooming fucking job. I feel so bad for her. She just sent a photo on Snapchat. It said flea cleaning. Could you imagine cleaning fleas? Like, it's gonna get on you and shit.
Since
I
I
feel
was the
bad.
second tallest.
Yep.
Ivan was Mario since he's short and buff.
There you
Not
go.
that Mario was buff. Jesse was Waluigi because he's freakishly tall and skinny. And Ryan was
'Cause he's
Wario
chubby.
because he's just really fat.
There you
So they
go.
were perfect group costumes for us. We live in a very non-congested suburban neighborhood with a decent amount of space in between houses. On Halloween, that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, you don't want
Less
that.
bang for your buck. We were trick-or-treating for hours, way past dark, and eventually came the time when most trick-or-treaters were heading home.
Just buy candy.
My feet started to hurt, and I had to constantly switch arms for holding the now 10-pound pillow sack of candy, but we planned on going until our bags were completely full. A lot of the houses by now weren't answering anymore. It was probably past their cutoff time for giving candy to trick-or-treaters. Approaching our next house, we saw a purple bucket on the stoop, which was the best feeling ever. I was the one to get close enough to realize it was empty, which was the worst feeling ever.
I saw somebody looking out that window.
Turned
Don't
around
think I
and
didn't see
heard a
that.
knock at the window of the house.
Yep, there he is.
We all looked at the window.
He's like, 4 young boys.
But heard someone call
Yeah,
out,
that's gross,
"Wait!"
bro.
Wait,
Pause.
The door opened, and an older man, late 40s, already balding, stepped outside. He told us to come inside so he can get us some more candy.
Oh, sleep this
I
dude.
said we could just wait out here.
There you go, smart boy.
He responded saying something along the lines of, "Nonsense, come on in, we'll get you your candy." Ivan stepped in and said, "It's alright.
Oh, what an
Come on, man, let's
idiot.
go."
Goodbye,
I
Ivan.
got to take care and apologized. He just stood there watching as we walked off,
Look at this.
not saying anything.
The eyes.
I felt bad, but at the same time, that guy seemed like a creeper.
Oh, they didn't go
I
in.
figured I just dodged a bullet not going in there.
Good. You did dodge a
If
bullet.
the story ended there, it would be scary. So of course, it didn't end there. We skipped a few of the guys' neighboring houses just to get further away and continued on with our business. We were walking down close to the nature preserve now.
Look at that Demogorgon
around us. At this point, we were now walking back closer to Jesse's house. I noticed Ryan had stopped walking, and I turned around to see what's up.
Come on, Piggy.
He said,
Keep up the
he heard
pace.
someone moving from behind the trees in the preserve.
Ooh.
Now, this was
That's a
before everyone's
collab.
phones had flashlights, so we couldn't just go searching in the woods for someone.
Bro, who has to cross a spooky ass woods to get back to their house? You shouldn't be trick-or-treating that far away from your house if you have to cross a spooky ass wood. You know, I've never had to cross any sort of woods, would not want to. You know, I'm good. I've seen many horror movies. I know the streets are not safe when you're crossing woods.
Besides, we were just telling Ryan that it must have been a raccoon or something. You may think this is a bit of a cliche, but
Bro, it's
things
just your
like this happen
nose.
in real life. You always assume the more
Oh,
logical
Joey,
possibility.
Phil's looking at
It's just natural. Why would we assume we were being followed? I had to put my arm around Ryan's shoulder and nudge him forward. A little ways down the street, me and Ivan picked up on the sound as well. When we all stopped, the sounds of the footsteps from beyond the trees stopped as well. Ivan yelled at the obvious stalker to go away, or we would beat the shit out of them.
Who are y'all?
I knew he was just bluffing though. I could hear the nervousness in his voice.
Y'all don't have anybody in y'all
The
squad.
snap of a twig from beyond the trees
Launch
triggered
and
a
run.
fight or flight response in all of us. Me, Jesse, and Ryan all ran for it. Ivan was at first charging to attack,
Oh, I
but
am an
quickly
idiot.
followed after realizing we had all taken off.
Yeah.
We ran down the dark street. We all noticed the sounds of at least 2 or 3 pairs of footsteps crushing the twigs and leaves in the woods. We banked it hard right down Jesse Street when it finally came up and ran straight for his backyard,
Y'all
entering
in
his
the
house through
woods.
the back door.
Oh
The
gosh.
first thing we did was
Oh,
look out through his
gosh.
living room window. We couldn't see anyone. We all had to gather our thoughts and discuss what the hell just went down in his living room. And all of a sudden, we heard Jesse's backyard gate slam shut. Jesse dove to
Oh.
turn off the lights. There was a click and a bang from down in the den.
Come on, there's 4 of
It
y'all
was
though.
more than likely Jesse's back door.
Y'all need to sink this
We all
intruder.
agreed to go down our
There you go.
drives and face them.
There you go.
Jesse turned on his back door light, but there was nobody out there. Just then the front door opened, and we all screamed like animals.
Oh my gosh. Come on,
Jesse's
Wario.
mom and sisters came rushing downstairs. They had just gotten home from their friend's little house party. We all rested assured.
Open the door.
Jesse explained what happened, but made it seem a lot less dramatic. Me and Ivan went home after that and called it a night. At 12:30 a.m., I got a disturbing text message. It was from Jesse. It said, "It wasn't my mom." I texted back saying, "What?" He responded back quickly, saying, "It wasn't my mom in the backyard."
Who was it?
My fingers slammed the buttons on my phone, responding back, "What do you mean?"
What do you
There was a long
mean?
pause before he finally told me that his mom and sisters said they never went in the backyard. I told him to immediately check the backyard from his upper deck. He had done just that. He also told his mom everything. She had already called the police.
There you go. Smart
They
kid.
didn't find anyone back there, but Jesse did mention the guy who invited us in while trick-or-treating. Nothing ever became of that, and nothing ever happened at Jesse's house again after that one Halloween night.
So y'all ain't gonna go back to that dude's house that y'all mad at to go investigate and go shoot that fool? Because he was clearly hunting y'all. He was clearly hunting for a 4 young boy booty. But that was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and comment on this video if you would like for Silly Prince Sean. My name is Prince Hall. Please stay trying, my friends.
Got him. Come here. I don't know why that song gets me hyped, bro. Fish, sit down. No more parties in LA. Did I get him? Ooh. going.
Yo, what's up guys, it's Prince Charming. Today we're going to be checking out a very creepy video for you guys today. It's going to be very creepy, very killing. 5 zombies caught on camera and spotted in real life. We're going to be checking out zombies in real life. Walking Dead is real. It's a real show. It's a reality show. You thought it was fiction? No, it really is non-fiction. It's a glimpse into the future of how the apocalypse is going to happen. It's going to be zombies. But don't forget to leave me with a like on this video, guys. Give me with a thumbs up button right now. Subscribe and turn your post notifications on so you never miss a video. The boy got a P.O. box, so she sent some.
Are you serious?
Video.
Are you kidding me?
Last go ahead and comment if you'll survive the zombie apocalypse. I will most definitely survive it, but only if I have to survive it. Because really, who wants to live in a world like that? Who wants to be able to survive in a zombie world? It's not fun. It's nothing exciting. Enough of me talking though. Let's go ahead and check out these 5 zombies caught on camera. Spotted in real life. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Number 5. Hymenopepimyces argyrafica versus spiders. This is one nasty wasp and reproduces by using a form of zombification. It's found in Costa Rica, which might lead travelers to avoid the ecotourism destination.
Yeah, Costa Rica has a lot of
knowing that it doesn't actually
bad shit.
target
I've never been to
affect
Costa
humans.
Rica.
In this case,
Is it cool?
its victim is a
I heard it's a
particular
cool
species
vacation
of
spot,
spider.
or
This spider
maybe,
is incredibly important to the wasp because it's used as a kind of forced labor in order to build a nest for the wasp's cocoon. The process begins when a wasp finds a suitable spider to prey on, and its science fiction-esque path continues from there. The wasp's next step is to sting the spider in order to paralyze it for a small amount of time.
Oh, I heard
The
this.
wasp
The
lays an
tarantula
egg on the
wasp.
abdomen of the host spider, which
This is pretty
once this egg
diluted.
hatches, it produces a larva that then begins to feast on the spider's blood as it goes about its day-to-day routine. After a few weeks of feeding off the spider, the larva then needs a suitable spot to build its cocoon. This is achieved by injecting a special chemical into the host spider, which then causes it to build a very particular web. This new variety of web is much stronger and can therefore properly support the wasp larva cocoon even during periods of intense pain in the brain. The chemicals basically take over the brain of the spider at this point, and once it builds the web nest,
Thankfully, it's only spiders.
very simple, it proceeds to stop moving altogether. The next step in this
Thankfully,
process
it's only
involves
spiders.
the spider devouring the spider's insides after injecting it with a poison. Once the spider is sufficiently consumed in this way, the wasp larva then constructs its cocoon, hanging it from the center of the newly built spider web. Once the larva has developed a little further, it emerges as a fresh wasp, ready to descend on yet another unsuspecting spider. What's really astonishing
I didn't know
about this entire
wasps have
process
control over
is how the
spiders
larvae
like
are
that.
able to completely take control of these spiders' actions with the injection of a simple chemical. Their altered state is creepy to be sure, and is incredibly similar to what zombies are supposed to go through. This natural zombification is astounding and could offer incredible insights into the workings of the brain and how it affects behavior. There are also a number of other wasps that manipulate their hosts to do their bidding, each specializing on a particular species. Not much is known about how these wasps evolved to include such an advanced trick in their arsenal, but more research is constantly being conducted.
Imagine like this chemical being able to be humans. That would be very scary. Could you imagine humans being under the control of wasps? What would we be doing all day? Would we just be running around buzzing in people's ears, hitting people just because we're randomly stinging people? I do not know what use wasps would have over humans, but I don't want that chemical being able to be used on us.
Number 4. Jewel wasp versus cockroaches. Number 4 on our countdown is another wasp, also known as the emerald cockroach wasp. This one
That's scary looking.
the way it infects not spiders, but cockroaches.
Bro, I wish y'all
hence
could
its
see the
name.
screen
It
right
is
now.
brightly colored, and like Hymenopepimyces argyrafica, lives a solitary existence, far from the normal behavior we expect most wasps to exhibit.
I hate roaches. They're
Jewel wasp
gross.
is found in abundance in South Africa, Asia, and many islands in the South Pacific, especially during warmer seasons. It's interesting to note that they were also introduced to Hawaii in 1941 to control the roach population there, but the parasitic wasp wasn't able to combat them on such a large scale. When a wasp finds a cockroach to use as a host,
I hate
it injects
roaches.
a venom into specific and precise areas of the roach's brain.
Oh my
The
gosh.
sting is injected into a thoracic ganglion to paralyze its victim in its front legs. This is followed up by a second, more potent sting that is located in the cockroach's brain. The second sting slows down the roach's reaction times to perceived dangers and also causes it to groom itself repeatedly. This is potentially due to the fact
Calm down.
that the venom blocks a specific neurotransmitter, although further study is needed to confirm the hypothesis and deduce exactly how it causes such behavior. Another behavior that's been observed is that the wasp then chews off a large portion of the roach's antenna, which is either help the wasp regain energy or ensure that it injected the correct amount of venom into its
They just eat your antenna?
Separate antennae are
Hold on.
used to direct the
Hold on.